Walter the Dragon by Matthew Shelvey. Walter the Dragon, who lives in a cave, is covered in scales and green. With a wonderful nature, he is vegetarian and keeps himself pristinely clean. If anyone asks or requires some help, the first there Walter would be, yet such fine qualities were completely ignored by those who choose not to see. It's not he's a dragon or look rather different or because of his teeth and his claws. The reason they treated Walter so poorly was because of his faults and his flaws. Whenever he tried breathing out fire, all that came out were blue-coloured bubbles. The townsfolk would laugh and make nasty jokes about Walter and all of his troubles. Bravery was not Walter's strongest trait, and some fears he had yet to outgrow. Sometimes he would run when being chased by his own long scary shadow. For fun, boys and girls would come out to play and bring out their loud barking dogs. The aim of the game was to chase poor scared Walter into the swamps and deep muddy bogs. With wings that were tiny and a strong fear of heights, Walter never did learn to fly. He always preferred staying right on the ground than trying to flap like a bird in the sky. For these shortcomings, children would tease him and call him cruel names like a worm. That was the one he disliked most of all. It really would make his skin squirm. One night, feeling lonely, Walter crept to the village where he loved hearing stories and tales. Under a window he'd sit down and listen. Some were funny, some had him biting his nails. It was here that he heard a story being told about what would happen to those who would steal. It was about a green dragon who finds naughty children and eats them all up for his meal. Walter retreated, crawled slowly away, believing himself all but gone. Better to leave and never come back than wishing he wasn't a dragon. He found a dark cave in which he could hide, along with his fears and his doubts. He'd pass the time weaving warm woolen rugs, growing mushrooms and tasty green sprouts. Then one day he heard a noise from outside echo back down into his cave. Turning around, Walter hoped that just once he could be bold and be brave. It sounded as if the whole town had come to have some mean-spirited fun. With time running out, a choice had to be made, whether to hide or whether to run. Walter decided instead he would meet them and headed up out of his lair. He reached the large crowd that was waiting for him and was hit by a blast of cold air. The townsfolk looked miserable, their faces so sad. Everyone was cold, wet and glum. To torment poor Walter and chase him away wasn't why they had all come. Without thinking twice, Walter asked them all in, "Please come in from out of the storm. You all are most welcome to join me below, where I've food and it is warm." Everyone walked on in, passing by Walter. No one had a smile, no one said a thing. Walter then asked, what happened out there? How is it winter has come in the spring? The last child to enter, a young girl, spoke up. "It's because of a witch with a cat. She flew into town seeking a tailor to mend a large tear in her hat. We said she's not welcome. We told her to leave. We called her harsh names and much worse. As we chased her from town, she looked back around and placed on us a terrible curse. Your town shall have winters across every season. No fire will burn and your crops will all fail. The snow will fall thick and the chill will bite hard, and the wind always blowing a gale. This will remain for as long as it takes and not be undone by magical arts. This curse was created by your own hands and what is inside of your hearts." Down by the fire, while warming themselves, Walter made all a hot bowl of stew. A small child called out, "This dragon's real nice. He's not going to bite me in two." "That's true," said his mother. "That was just a story I now know is so very wrong." Turning to Walter, the mother continued, "I am sorry. All you wanted was just to belong." The rest of the townsfolk wholeheartedly agreed, apologizing for what they had done. For the first time in months, through the dark blackened clouds, out came the rays of the sun. The curse had been broken, winter was gone, the temperature raced above zero. "Walter," they said, "come back with us now. You'll be our town's favourite hero." 1 year has passed and Walter's the mayor and the witch has got a new hat. The crops are all growing and at night time the stories are about puppies and nice things like that. Now out the front as you walk into town, in writing that's big, bold and clear, hangs a new sign for travellers to read, saying, "All are most welcome in here."